Thank you very much. And who better to talk all things Arizona State football than with the head coach himself, Herm Edwards. Coach, it's great to have you back here on Stadium. And let's talk about your team and start off with your center, Cohl Cabral, because he's on the watch list for one of the best centers in all of the country coming into this season. You've got transition at quarterback, so how important is a guy like that to center this offensive line?
Well, very important when you have an offensive lineman of his caliber that can actually play numerous positions. But you're right, he's a guy that was eligible for the draft last year, chose to stay with us. He's one of the team captains. He's one of the strengths of our offensive line. We had a pretty good offensive line last year, ran the ball fairly decent. So it's good to have a guy with his experience back with us.
Coach, you look at your offense, and obviously when you have Cabral there to enter, kind of center that whole offense there, you look at the outside skill positions here. Eno Benjamin, look, if this guy was a good kept secret, it's not well kept anymore. Everybody knows about him now. Just how talented is he, and what should defenses look forward to when they try to stop three when he has the ball?
Well, he's very talented in the sense that he's good after contact. He's a good contact runner. He breaks a lot of tackles with his ability to keep his balance, has great vision and eyes, obviously. One of those guys you can use in numerous roles. He's not only can run the football, he can catch the ball as well out of the backfield. And he had 35 catches last year. I really talked to him about catching the ball even more because, as you know, when you have a running back of his caliber, you're going to get a lot of eight-man box. So how do you get him free? We would like to get him in space with some linebackers, one-on-one catching the football.
Coach, you know the best thing about freshmen is they become sophomores. And you had two very talented freshmen last year, defensive side of the ball, Darian Butler, Merlin Robertson, really anchoring that linebacking core. What can you expect in those sophomore campaigns, and how good can they really be?
Well, they can be excellent players, and you just mentioned those two guys. Or Ashari Crosswell's another one that played safety for us. Lole played on the defensive line. We started 5 freshmen last year on defense. Played a couple guys on offense as well. But those guys are really good football players. I mean, they come out of high school, they practice about 21 practices, and lo and behold, they're in the starting lineup already. But we have a young team, and we said that going in the last year, we're going to play some young players. Even more this year. I look at our roster right now, between 20 and 23 players that are freshmen will have an impact on this football team this season.
Coach, I know everybody knows you as coach now, right? But I can go back to when you were playing DB with the Philadelphia Eagles. As a young Cowboy fan, I had to root against you. But you are a DB at heart. I do know that. And you got some talented guys. Chase Lucas is one guy there, plus newcomers like the Markhams that you have back there. I know you're passionate about this position. How good is this skill set that you have there in the Sun Valley?
Well, you mentioned it. You mentioned those three fellas. We have a talented secondary. We really do. We have some young guys coming in that have length and speed. You mentioned the two Markham young guys. But Rashari Crosswell played for us last year. Kobe Smith was another. Williams, was a starting corner. We have Chase and Kobe who have started together for the last 2 years, so we have some experience there. This is probably the strength of our defense right now is our secondary. With the youth we have, a lot of speed, can cover a lot of ground, good tackling unit. We just got to figure out what we want to do with them. And once we figure that out, I think we can be pretty good back there.
Coach, you had 29 sacks collectively as a defense, not too shabby there, but your leader only had 5. Do you expect this to be again by committee, or do you look for certain guys to jump through and take the center stage here?
Well, you're hoping that, in pro football, the number's always 50. And with that being said, if you get 50 sacks during the season, I'm not saying that it's college football, but I know pro football is that number. I would say college, if you can get up in the 40s, that's a good number. If you can get one guy, Tyler Johnson's a guy that has a lot of ability. We got to get him on the edge more and get him some one-on-one matchups because he can beat people. He's a powerful young man, has a great get-off and a lot of strength.
Coach, how much fun is this for you? Because just talking to you, the energy, it comes through the screen. How much fun is Coach Herm Edwards still having?
Well, I'm having a blast, and I'm very humbled and honored to be the head coach here. And it's quite fun for me in the sense that youth makes you young. I have 2 young daughters, but then I've got what I call 105 sons as well. So it's a lot of fun chasing these guys. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of energy. Sometimes they don't know where they're going, but that's what you got to direct them the right way. But we got a youthful team. that has a lot of talent. You know, when you have talent, coaches don't give talent; they give information. If we can get that talent on the field and get them going in the right direction, we're gonna have a lot of fun this season.
Coach, it's fun to watch you do your job, and certainly got those guys going in the right direction at Arizona State. Thanks for the time, and always great catching up with you here on Stadium.